The Accelerator, one of the most highly rewarding troops to have, which, let's be honest, around 94% of us purchased some gems to get this guy, don't lie. But anyway, let's get into Record Files, The Accelerator. The Accelerator is currently one of only 2 units in Hardcore section in the inventory shop. To unlock the Accelerator, you will first need to be level 50 and then have 2500 gems, aka 2500 gems, in order to purchase the Accelerator. Now that we have gone over how to get the Accelerator, we can move on over to his stats. The Accelerator has at level 0, for some reason it's level 0 and not level 1, 10 damage with a pretty big attack radius and pretty fast rate of fire, with only 8 accelerators limited to be on the battlefield for each and every single player. Upgrading him to level 1 gives him the hidden detection feature and also increases his damage. Levels 2, 3, and 4 basically upgrade his damage with his overcharge. Overcharge is basically how long the Accelerator can attack for, which has numbers that go up to 3000. Pretty sure for idiots like me, it's basically a nerdy calculations version of a timer for how long he can attack for. So upgrading his overcharge just basically upgrades how much longer he can attack for. Also, when leveling up his rate of fire with his damage, basically make it so that every single millisecond the enemy is receiving from his laser a vast and huge amount of damage. At his final level, level 5, with a pretty costly $34,000, aka monies or whatever, he will unlock the Vessel of Infinite Destruction. Yes, that's actually what its name is. And at that stage, it will basically have a massively upgrading his damage, rate of fire, overcharge, attack range, and amazingly decreases his charge up speed. With DJ, this upgrade is decreased to 27,000 monies. So in my opinion, having a DJ in your team is pretty much a must, which is pretty obvious. Now that we are done with his stats, let's talk about how to use the Accelerator.
Number 10.
Since his deployment cost is 4,250 or 4,250, you will need to hoard up that much amount of money as fast and as well as efficient as possible. So naturally, you will have the farm in your loadout. Once you have accumulated the amount you need, you can place him down. Now here's the important part. Placing the Accelerator in the best spot is a must, since if he is placed in a spot that doesn't really have enemies be in his range for too long, he will basically not really do anything. It's also wise to consider his charge up speed, because once they enter his attack range, he will take a while before he can actually start blasting. Also, I don't know if this is intentional or not, but when the enemies enter his range, he won't actually start charging up and will just stand there like for 2 seconds and basically do nothing, and then he begins his charge up processing animation. I don't know if it's a bug, probably it is, but let me know, I don't know. Also, if you do place him in a bad spot, removing and placing another Accelerator is going to hurt a lot, since he has expensive upgrades and his deployment every single time is very brutal, since the price at the start of the game mainly is brutal. If nobody has DJ, then just upgrade the Accelerator to his level 4th and 5th, and then when you basically have all 8 of them there. But if someone does have the DJ and has already placed them down with your troops inside its radius, hold off upgrading the Accelerator to level 4 and 5, maybe even level 3 if it's not too chaotic on the battlefield, but holding off upgrading until they are maxed out their DJ so you can have these sweet upgrade discount effects. Placing the Accelerator down in areas where enemies have to make a loop or circle around the Accelerators is pretty much a must, since they need a while to charge up, and more time on the path means more time for Accelerators to raise some hell. Now that we are done with all the tips and information parts, let's talk about why the Accelerator is so powerful.
Number 7.
The reason why this guy is so great is mainly because of his high DPS, rate of fire, that just make him so deadly. Also, the cool thing is that once he has a target in sight, he will not stop firing at that enemy until they are eliminated, which is good but also a bad thing at the same time. Bad because if any rushing enemies are speeding by, the Accelerators won't be able to kill them, since they are already locked onto like a boss or a very healthy enemy. But this is also a good thing. If the targeted enemy is very strong and are very bad, like for an example the Warden, Templar, or like a Summoner, or maybe even a speedy boss, this is where your other units come into play. While your Accelerators are dealing with the big problems, your other units can deal with the lesser issues like speedy dudes, invisible minions, etc. Sadly, the Accelerator doesn't have a gold skin. However, the skins are pretty cool, like the Vigilant, and that, my friends, is the record files of the Accelerator. So my overall, I guess, opinion without looking at anything while I'm basically saying this, the Accelerator is one of my favorite. Now, obviously, it's because like he's so powerful and whatever, but I don't know what's so hypnotizing about his laser. It just looks so epic and like, I don't know, drawing in your sight while you're just like looking at it, looking at how these enemies are dying. It's actually pretty cool, not gonna lie. So yeah, this guy is really cool. He's one of my favorite, and I pretty much use him in every single loadout, which I'm pretty sure 80% of you guys also do, because I mean, like, he's the best in the entire game. So yeah, anyway, that is the Accelerator of the record files, and yeah, ta-ta for now.